Hi, I'm Paul from Contact Renovation and Custom Homes. Check out this video I shot with Rosalyn from Wicked Blue Design about how to find your personal style when designing your project. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So I guess as far as the design process goes, someone knows, okay, look, I'm planning my kitchen or whatever it is, anywhere in the home, you have a space to renovate and you've identified that you need and want to work with the designer. What's the process like? How do they start? What information do you need and how do you recommend they get that stuff together?
Um, I mean, I like to come when I come to a client's table, I like for them to have some imagery, I guess. So I love House, for example, for clients to pop into House and just to start pulling images. I love magazines, so even just pulling photos out of magazines. And I always tell clients to kind of, show me pictures of things you love, but also show me pictures of things you hate. So, and they don't all have to be interior. So show me things that inspire you. So these are things that start conversations for me to be able to get a better understanding of clients. My questions are usually about, how do you use your space? Who's using the space? All those types of things. So that's really where I like to get started. And then it's my job to kind of, decipher that information.
Absolutely. That's one thing that we often do with the client early on is recommend they go to House or Pinterest or wherever and kind of make an album and just
Mhm.
go through and select images that you're attracted to, right?
Yeah.
Whether and for example, this picture that I posted here. So, and we often will ask the husband and wife or the partners, whatever it is, to do this independent of each other
Yes.
to see whether or not they come back. So this one, for example, you have a nice dark blue vanity.
Yeah.
You have some brass hardware. You've got looks like a quartz countertop, maybe marble.
Yeah.
You got black framed mirrors. The lighting looks darker as far as the color of the sconce. There's a lot of different design aspects to this one image. And you never really know why someone might have selected this. If it's right away, they're drawn to the dark cabinet, but they might not actually want the brass hardware.
Right.
You don't know, right? Or maybe they are drawn to the circular shape of the mirrors. They don't care about the shape of the vanity or the color of the vanity. Sometimes our clients, when they assemble these albums, they don't even realize what it is they like.
Yes.
Something in that picture is like, wow, this is cool. And then when we go through, we look at them and go, well, is there a trend here? Have you selected primarily dark colored cabinets or look, happens to be all brass hardware and that's how we start. And I would imagine the process is similar for you, but I think for people in general, it's a great thing to go through that process before you engage your designer so that you might have a better sense of what you want. And it saves some of your time as a designer to rule out the things they might not actually want. Because when we go into a design agreement with our clients, we allocate a certain number of hours to each person for design time. And each client's different. Maybe they want more help on the design and selections than they do on actual going to the showrooms, or maybe they'll be happy after the first color boards put together. Maybe they won't, but I think it all depends on how much they know about themselves and their taste first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen it too often where you have a partner, two spouses don't agree on a like fundamental design issue.
Job is being a mediator, like it's a design mediator between couples, because it's often once that conversation gets started, it's something they've never really talked about before. So as you said, having people sit down and choose those images separately it's a good idea, right? But back to also saying, pulling things that they really don't like gives me a good direction as well. It's interesting when I get to see things when people say, I just hate the color purple, for example, or something,
Mm.
I really know, it gives me an understanding of things that make them uncomfortable, that they don't like, and it helps me really narrow down what they do like, because often people have a hard time actually describing what they like. They have an
Mm.
easier time knowing what they don't like, what makes them uncomfortable. So it's
Very
a
true.
kind of switch to look at it that way as well.